Evening, everybody. My name's Irene, and I'd like to give you all a warm welcome to your free live money readings this evening. Hopefully, we'll get a few people on board while I'm just waiting there. We'll just see if I can get my iPad sorted out. There we are. There we go. I'm on time tonight, folks. Apologies for Wednesday night, but sometimes unforeseen circumstances. Not a lot you can do about it, really. I'm just waiting for a few people to jump on board, and then we'll get going. Weather's been absolutely rubbish today, absolute rubbish, but saying I've been to work and missed half of it, so can't really complain. I can see it's starting to come on there now. There we are. There's people coming on, but I'm not seeing your comments just yet. So I can say hiya. How do you do? You're all right? There we are. We're all jumping on board, but there we go. We've got the likes coming up, but we haven't got nothing else coming up there, so I don't know who's joining us yet. I see you coming on the laptop, but nobody's moving on my iPad, so I don't know who's watching and who's not. Strange. Really, really strange. There we go. Nana Jackie, you're there over there on the iPad. There we go. You've set it off. Hiya, Val. It's amazing, isn't it? Nothing, and then it all just jumps on at the same time. You must be under master's orders or something. Hiya, Jackie, Sandra, Stacey, Lucy, Hazel. Hiya, Donna. I've got an echo. All the way down here. Hiya, Mel. Hiya, Mandy. Hiya, Annette. Hiya, Elaine. Hiya, Beverly. I'm okay, thank you. I am. Thank you very much, Sarah. Right, so people are saying I've got a bit of an echo going there. Is anybody else experiencing an echo? Or am I all right? I hope everybody else is all right. I can see all the likes and all the loves up there. Hopefully we'll do loads of shares as well. Hiya, Paula. Yeah, I was a bit tired beginning of the week, so this is why I didn't come on Wednesday. You either get half or nothing or all of it, and I thought, well, am I all right then, Val? Jolly good. So yeah, when you're tired and you're doing this and you're up at 5 o'clock every morning and you're working all week, it was just a bit much this week. So that's why I didn't come on Wednesday. Plus I had other stuff going on as well. But we're all right your end. That's all right then. We've only got one echo. Yeah. Hiya, Barbara. Hiya, Sue. So folks, for all yous, oh, bless you. Right, so all those who haven't been on the live feed before, I'll just explain. It's a free live money reading site. It's not classed as one-to-one personal readings. It's totally random. What generally happens is, and I have to say this, it is for entertainment purposes only, and take what you need to take, okay? I generally start yous off. It does catch up with your Annette. It certainly does. So yeah, I'll start your evening off with picking a random card. Then after that, I shall ask you to put your numbers in and tell me your locations. All right. So there's a card I've just chosen at random. Everybody see that? So please listen up, folks. But all I ask you to do as well is like and share. Yeah, the more likes, the more shares. Now I've actually got 2 cards there. I only needed 1, but there's 2 there. Hiya, Gemma. What I will say, if you look at the screen at the bottom as well, I've got quite a few numbers left on the raffle. So if you would like a number, it's £2 a go. Yeah. And your first prize is £50, your second is 30, and your third prize is gifts. Now the gifts, it won't even cost you a penny to post it or for the postage, because I will be paying for that. Okay. So if you'd like a go, get yourselves on my page. And choose your numbers and let's get it filled up. You could have 50 quid in your bank this time tomorrow if we get it filled for one lucky winner. All right. So this first card, as I'm looking at it, like I said, totally random readings, these, totally random, but it is Mixed Up Friday, and that's how I feel at the minute. So I am going to say to you, where this card connects on the earth plane, thank you, Annette, for liking and sharing. There's somebody here on the earth plane that's just asking or looking for a bit of peace of mind. Yeah, but they're asking about a loved one in particular that has recently passed spirit side of life, and they're wanting to know, is their loved one safe and free from pain? So I know it's a recent passing, and for those who've just joined me, that's a card I'm reading. This is a card I'm looking at. Hiya, Gail. So there is somebody here on the earth plane who's on this reel tonight on this live feed who's wanting a little bit of confirmation about a recent passing where their loved one is safe. Yeah, and I have to tell you, they are, and they are at peace. But it's the person that's left behind here on the earth plane. You're torturing yourself, absolutely torturing yourselves. And the only thing that comes into my mind is I look at the card and I get the feeling it's like I'm blaming myself for things. If I'd only done this, or if I'd have only done that, if we'd have done this differently, things might have turned out differently. But I have to say to you, wouldn't have mattered what you would think you should have done or could have done. That wouldn't have made any difference whatsoever to the outcome. The outcome would have still been the same. Now, I know there's an awful lot of energy building up behind me and want to connect. Okay. And I know there's still a lot of emotion here on the earth plane because I feel the emotion as the energies are building up. And I know it's quite tearful, it's quite painful at times. November month, I know we're in December now, but November month keeps coming through, so I have to mention November month. But I am going to say the peace, the love, and the comfort, it is there, okay? And they're trying to send it back to you by the bucketful to say, I'm fine this side of life, I'm absolutely fine now. I do know there's confusion as well here on the earth plane. Lots of confusion going on, but whether I've got that much going on, I don't know whether I want to be at the park or the pictures, but that's how I feel, okay? But lots and lots of confusion here. And like I said, lots of upset. Now, I'm torn between, I believe I want both. I believe I want a lady and a gentleman spirit side of life. And I believe the gap or the distance between these two people passing spirit side of life wasn't that great gap. It was within a short interval of each other. So one went first, hi Linda, and then the other one followed quicker than what people thought they would. So my short gap is like, I've got a recent passing, and then somebody else would have passed at least 9 to 12 months previously. And that's how I feel. So I've got a lady and I've got a gentleman. I do know I deteriorated really, really quickly, spirit side of life. But they're coming in there and they're saying, never ever thought, never ever believed in any of this. They thought it was a load of old hogwash, and they can't believe they're talking to somebody like me. Okay. Now I know, because they put photos in front of me, whether there's been a discussion or a debate, who's getting what in regards to photos. And they're having a little bit of a chuckle about it, because they're saying a lot of the photos when they were here on the earth plane, nobody wanted. You stuck them in the drawer and said, oh, it's only my mum, it's only my dad, shove them in the drawer. We don't need to put them up higher, Diane. And that's how I feel. And I feel a little bit giggly as that's been sent through there. It's as if to say, well, it's a joke now. Now you want my picture. Yeah, now you want my photo. And that's how I feel. There's an awful lot, like I said, awful lot of love here on the earth plane, coming from spirit side of life, and they're saying you will find that peace and that comfort. Now the number 19 comes out of the card, so whether the 19th is significant as well, that's what I'm going to say to you. The 19th is significant. I do get a condition around my heart area as well as they come in even closer. And I believe I want that more with I don't know. I believe I want it with the gentleman more than the lady, where the heart is, okay? Now, if I've got that wrong, that's my mistake, but that's what I'm going to say to you. But you will find that peace, you will find that comfort that you're looking for, and they don't want you to be sad, they want you to move forward with your life, okay? But like I said, the number 19 is really significant in respects to that. Now, I picked 2 cards out, unbeknownst, but I know I picked 2 cards, so I have to read this one. I can't put it back in. So I am going to say where this card connects as well. Here on the earth plane, there's going to be lots of changes and lots of opportunities there that are going to present themselves to you. I believe I want a house move, but I want changes where family is as well. And I want it where family are being really stubborn and argumentative as well. All right. And I believe it's to do with I'm going to say the family possessions or links to materialistic things where people are arguing over the stupidest things. And that's how I feel as I look at this. But there's changes where work is, there's changes where the home front is, and I believe I'm going to move. Okay, I definitely want to move. That's what I'm going to say. But there's changes there. All right. I'm also going to say as well. I've got a connection with somebody here on the earth plane that would be in a wheelchair as well. I've got somebody in a wheelchair. Hi, Christine. I can see you commenting there, Gemma. Thank you very much for your confirmation there, my love. But I've got somebody in a wheelchair here as well. But I've got somebody with disabilities. I believe it's disabilities because they're sat in this wheelchair. And I don't want them to be very, very old either. So I feel like a younger vibration where they're sitting in the wheelchair. All right. There's something going on with my computer here. So if it goes off, bear with me, folks. But there's definitely changes there where work's related and where the job front is, but lots and lots of family arguments or disputes about materialistic things. But that's what I have to say to you, okay? And it's that time of clock again. Oh, hang on. Was it? Oh, dear me. Never mind. Anyway, so I'm going to leave that with you. If it resonates with you, please take it on board, what I've just said. If you want to leave any comments, please feel free to do so. Hi, Adele. Okie dokie, folks. Your turn now. Please keep liking and sharing it. And when I said it's Mixed Up Friday, the reason I said that, it's because... Oh, yeah. Right. Mixed Up Friday, because I'm mixed up as well. It's a bit of everything. It's your choice. Yeah. So like it and share it. That's all I ask you to do. Pick your numbers 1 to 72 and put your locations down so we know where you're coming from. Yeah. And then I'll hand it over to you guys after we've done this next one. Whatever you want to do, whether we do another card, we do ribbons, or we do the virtual flowers. Yeah. So start punching your numbers in, folks. Rebecca, it's a random reading site, my lovely. If you would like to pick a number 1 to 72, and it's totally random, okay? If you can just punch your numbers in from 1 to 72. There's no guarantee you will receive a message, but if you can take from other people's, that's absolutely fine. But yeah, start putting your numbers in. Keep liking and sharing. I can't count. I can't count, I swear. I've got hold of them and I'm thinking, what number was that? So I'm having to stop. So if I go quiet, folks, it's because I'm trying to flip and count. You should be saying, she should have more counted out ready, but it don't work like that. Just when I think I know what I want. Right, I've got it. We have it. Right, yo, folks. Are we still liking and we still sharing? Brilliant. I think it's been a funny old week this week. With Boris with his lockdown, and you can go for a meal, but you can't have a pint. It's a load of, I don't know. Anyways, um, it's another Tory. There we go. Say I can't talk. Another story, isn't it? But yeah, just keep shucking it in, eh, Jodie? Hi, I have got a connection with. I'll give you that connection in a minute. If I try adding them down, because I'll forget. I did say that, Stacey, what you've put. Right, yo, folks. The number I've chosen is. Has everybody got the numbers in? Yeah, everybody got the numbers in? Right, I've got a connection. I've got a few names here, and that's why I picked the writing pad up, because I've wrote a few down. I've got a connection here, and I don't know whether it's. I don't know, Mel. I think it's a Facebook thing. They give you the shares and then they take them back off you. That's what they do, you know. Right. I've got the number 43. So who's chosen 43? Anybody or nobody? If you can give us a yes or a nod down the bottom, it'd be absolutely brilliant. Just so I know who the number 43 is. Hiya, Jane. Right, so I've got the number 43, and I'm going to give you what I've got here, what I wrote down earlier on. Now, this is either a memory. Oh, no, I'm going to do it this way first. See, I'm arguing myself now, folks. Right, I'm going to give you the name of Pauline. I need a connection to Pauline here on the earth plane, and I also need a name of Audrey. Audrey. So I've got both there. The name of Pauline and the name of Audrey here on the earth plane, and the number 43 is the number I'm looking for. Now, that's a card I've chosen, yeah? Number 43, that's a card that's come out the pack. So who's chosen 43? Anybody or nobody, rather than me scroll it all the way back up at the top. I see a few years have hit 53s, but it's 43s I'm after. Hiya, Beverly. Number 43. Anybody or nobody? And if anybody can understand them two names, are Pauline, Andy, Audrey. Right, Paula, right. If that's got a meaning to you, please listen. And Beverly, you can take the Audrey, but what about the number 43? So, you have the name Pauline, I have the name Audrey, okay, and the number 43. So let's go with it, folks. We'll just go with it. So that's a card I chose. You can take both names, but not the 43, Tracy. That's all right. So I want either where there's a memory or there's been a discussion here on the earth plane, or you touch upon somebody who's needing or wanting or had a bone marrow transplant. That should rule some of yous out, if anything, because that's what I had to write down. Now, if this isn't in connection with this card, I'm totally off beam, but I know I need either a memory, but something to do with a bone marrow transplant. That's what I'm after, okay? So while I'm waiting for that confirmation down there, if you can take the bone marrow transplant, or the memory of somebody having one, give me a double yes down the bottom, and then I know where I'm at. And if you can't accept that, I'm totally off the beam. But as I look at the card, I am going to say to you, as a person, very loyal, very loving, okay? And towards family as well. Very loving and very loyal to where family is. But where my family is, I believe whether I had I want connections to I don't know whether I want adoption agencies or fostering. So whether hiya Jan, whether whether I had dealings with adoption agencies or I fostered kids, that's where I want to be with this card. That's what it's coming out at, okay? But I know I'm very loyal and I'm very guarded against my family. I love to stick up for my family. You've got to get past me to get to my family, if that makes sense. But I am very loyal, I'm very loving, and I am very trusting. But sometimes I can be too trusting for my own good. And I always seem to think I need to give people a benefit of the doubt, but sometimes it comes out the wrong way around, if that makes sense to you. But I definitely want this connection where a fostering agency or adoption, okay, that's what's coming out of the card, and that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a bone marrow. Somebody's talked about, or somebody needs a bone marrow transplant. There's somebody here listening tonight who can touch upon this. I know they can, because I'm getting myself all aerated and aggravated knowing it's true, because I'm being told it, okay? And I need to find out where it goes, and again, where the adoption agency is. I need that as well, okay? So if it makes sense to you folks, give us the triple yeses down the bottom. That's what I'm looking for. But I do know I am very loyal, I'm very loving, and very trusting where my family's concerned, like I said. But I'm also going to say to you, I owed a lot of things to my chest as well. Because as I look at the collar, there's a key around the collar, okay? And it's like I'm all tied up here. It's all locked up, sealed away, because I'm very guarded, and you've got to get past me before you get to my family, and you won't get to know what's going on in my family. So I am going to say you can be and are, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm not going to say secretive. Right, that's brilliant, Tracy. But you would know where this bone marrow transplant, because it all links in. It's all linking in here. That's what I'm looking for, the yeses. So I'm not going to say you're very private was the word I was looking for. You're very private. You're a private person, and you don't want people to know what's going on in the background or what's happening. So where I'm saying this, okay, Sarah, if you can understand it as well, please listen. So where I'm saying where I'm very protective, I am going to say there's a lot of things going on in the background. That reassurance is needed. Okay, so in other words, I'm putting this face on, I'm putting this front on as if everything's hunky dory, but it's not. There's stuff going on in the background, behind the scenes, what people don't know what's happening. Okay, and the card's not actually telling me what's going on. I just know there is things going on in the background, and they're playing on your mind, and it's been quite stressful. Okay, it's been very, very stressful. I'm also going to say to you, as I look at the card, I know I've got mum. I know I've got mum's spirit side of life. That's where I want to be. Mum's spirit side of life. She comes through, and I need to extend her love here on the earth plane, okay? She comes through as a lovely, lovely lady. Now, she's reminding me of, I don't know whether you've seen Doris Stokes, but she reminds me of Doris Stokes, that type of features. That's how she presents herself. So I want the name of Doris, okay? I know I've got tinnitus in my ears as she comes forward there, because my ears are ringing as she comes in. So whether she had tinnitus or whether she had a hearing aid, she never turned it down. It would whistle something scandalous, okay? It was like, oh, turn it down. But as I said, whistle as well, please. I've got the memories of the old kettle whistle, the whistle kettle in, I don't know what to call it, but I've got a memory of that. She brings that in. Right, Sarah Jane, your mum's still here, that's fine, but if you can take part of it, that's fine, okay? You don't need to take all of it, but this is the way she presents. So the name of Doris also comes in, because that's who she reminds me of. But I know there's a lady there, but she comes through as mum, okay? But whatever's going on behind the scenes, Spirit is telling me to say to you there, as well as the card, don't give up hope just yet. Things have a funny way of turning themselves round and working themselves out. Right, for those of you who don't live in this area, I'm looking for a connection with Norton Duck Pond as well. That's what you put to my mind. So I don't know whether she lives at Norton, or she lived at Norton, or she visited a duck pond where there's memories of a duck pond, or somebody's got ducks. That's what she brings in. That's what I'm smiling about, because she's saying, it's it'll probably come out wrong if I try and say it the way she's given it, because she thinks it's funny. This lady would have had a sense of humour when she was here on the airplane, because she's telling me to hook a duck. Yeah, hook a duck. Not the swear word, but it's hook a duck. Okay. But yeah, so right. I'm also going to give you the name of Mark as well. So I need the name of Mark. Whether I want that spirit side of life or here on the earth plane, I need the name of Mark. Because I have to mention Mark. I don't know where I'm going with Mark, but I know I have to mention him. But I feel as though he is spirit side of life, and I do know there's a gentleman there, because as I looked at the dog picture, the card, and I said about the chain being round his neck, it comes across as being a Belcher chain. So when I've looked at that, the name Mark came in. So I've got a Belcher chain around my neck, okay? So I have got a gentleman spirit side of life as well that wants to be recognised and wants to be remembered, but I also have to mention the name of Mark. Now, I'm not saying this is his name. I'm just saying I've got the name of Mark there as well. But there's a great deal of love coming in and around where we are here on the earth plane. Lots of love, wipe the tears away and bring the fun and the laughter back in, okay? That's what I have to say to you. And this is an old expression, and it's quite a few years it'll take from this, is life's too short to worry about things that don't matter, okay? That's what I have to say to you. The June month also comes in, and I'm singing happy anniversary here. So I know there's an anniversary coming up, okay? I do know there's an anniversary coming up. Hiya, Debbie. Right. Right, yo, folks. I know I've got a connection with Sweet Corn here, because she's doing the ho 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 green giant, and that is sweet corn, isn't it? So I've got a connection with Sweet Corn. Right, so take the love from Spirit Side of Life, and we're going to move on now, folks. So it's up to you, either you want a card, or whether you want a flower, or whether you want the ribbon. Now, if you choose the flower, it's got to mean something to you, okay? It has to mean something to you. It's no good just picking a random flower if it doesn't mean anything to you. So whether you want... Right, so if you want a flower, stick your flower, but put what you want, yeah? Or a card. But make sure the flower means something to you. Right. Now I know I've got the name of Lloyd. If anybody can understand the name of Lloyd as well. And please don't say Lloyd's Bank, because I don't want Lloyd's Bank. Yeah. I'm after the name of Lloyd. I'm not ignoring these folks. I'm just looking to see what's coming up, how many cards and whatnot. I have got quite a few things on my page as well for sale. Loads of lockdown baubles for your trees, and remembrance things as well. I'm looking there, and it looks as though the flowers are coming out as opposed to the cards. It's Lloyd, Sarah, Lloyd. There you go. Yeah, you've spelled it right. Well, nearly. I was as bad. Right, so it looks as though it's going to be Right, Sarah, I know you're saying you can take the Lloyd, but could you take Chris as well? If you can take Chris as well, I don't know where I'm going with it, but I know I wrote the name Lloyd down because it's down there wrote on me. Right in pad, but I also wrote Chris down as well. And I didn't know whether I wanted male or female where the Chris name was. Now then, there's one of you who's just done a gypsophilia. What does the gypsophilia look like? Is it like the 1 o'clock what you blow, that like a big feathery thing? Other than, I'm sure that's what it is. Yeah, in the living, Diane. There's quite a few of you who can take the Lloyd and the Chris. Right, so folks, gypsophilia, what is it? Is it the one where you blow the 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock? It is, Debbie. I think it's gypsophilia I want to go with. That's what I feel as I'm going to go with. So, was it you, Debbie, who's chosen the gypsophilia? You, Diane? Was it you, Diane, or Debbie? And the gypsophilia? Oh, you're saying yes to the Chris. Tiny white flowers, gypsophilia. I know the flower. I just need to get it in my head. Right, Michelle, you chose it. Right, so describe little tiny white flowers. Is it a bit like snow in summer? Is it a bit like that? Because I can't read the flower if I can't get the picture in my head what it looks like. Gypsophilia. Right. Michelle, is it little white flowers? Are they tiny flowers? And are they low growing? If it is, put yes, because that's what I'm going with. A little white bud, so about right. A little white bud, gypsophilia. Right. So listen up then, Michelle, because it's gypsophilia I'm going to go with. All right. And if I get it wrong, I get it wrong. It's life, innit? If I was perfect, I wouldn't be doing it. Right. So lots and lots of white buds. Here we go. No, yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, it is. It is. Got it. Right, I've got it in my head. Thank you very much, Tracy. Thank you. Thank you for that. And thank you, Jean. And thank you, Nana Jackie. Yeah, got it, so thank you. Right, so now I know what I'm reading. Right, so Michelle, listen up, okay? Now, and again, like I said, if I'm wrong, I don't mind being wrong. But what you've got to think of, I've got no flowers in my hand, I've got nothing, right? And the virtual flowers, I think it's absolutely brilliant, especially when you get it right. If you get it wrong, it's absolutely pants, but hey ho. Right, so as I focus on these gypsophilia, I am going to say to you, Michelle, I believe you try to help as many people as you can, okay? And that's given wholeheartedly because that's how I feel as I'm looking at them. I'm also going to say to the point of where you can be quite spiritual yourself, okay? Whether you sense things, know things, or see things, but you always try to help other people, regardless what other people say, and whether they say it's not your job to do that. But I get the impression and the feeling as I see the gypsophilia, it's like a breath of fresh air because you're more than happy to help other people. Now, if that's right, you give me 3 yeses. If it's not, just give me one saying, Irene, it's crap. But I do know as I look at them flowers, I like to be in a crowd of people. I feel as though I need to be around people because I'm a people's person rather than out there on my own. I would sooner come into a group of people, and I tend to fit in quite easily as well. Sometimes people don't know which way to take you, but that's just who you are. But your heart is in the right place. And I'm also going to say as well whether I'm from a large extended family, but most my family members, I believe, have passed spirit side of life. I've got quite a few members upstairs as opposed to left here on the earth plane. But I do know I like to be surrounded by people and I do like to help people. Okay. April month comes in as I'm saying this, the month of April. But I know I've got a lady spirit side of life who would have carried a bit of weight to her. But she tells me she was never that size 10 what she wanted to be. Now, I get the feeling that she comes in on that love vibration, so I'm not sure whether I want mum or whether I want nana, but I know I carried a bit of weight. I know I'm not tall, okay? I know she's not a tall lady, but she tells me she had the heart of gold as well. So whether I want to be in a caring profession or that's something I always wanted to do because this lady makes me feel as though I need to look after people or I want to look after people. And that's my sole aim. Whether she fed people as well, a little bit like a feeder, you know, like when you go around somebody's house and have a sandwich, have a cake, have a biscuit. That's how I feel with her because she brings the tea. She brings the tea time special biscuits out, the tin of biscuits. So if that means anything to you, Michelle, give me 3 yeses down there. Now, she also mentions the name of Rob or Robbie, if that means anything at all to you as well, please. But she talks about health issues here on the earth plane where I'm riddled with arthritic pain or my joints or muscle spasms. That's what she tells me to say, okay? So again, if it makes sense to you, Michelle, keep giving me them 3 yeses. But this name of Rob or Robbie, I have to extend my love, okay? I have to extend my love. I'm also going to say to you as well, Michelle, you've had quite recently a lot of sleepless and restless nights where you've been getting up and waking up between 2:30 and 3 a.m. every morning. She puts the 2:30 and the 3 a.m. in my head. Okay. Now, she brings that forward. So there is a significance with that time. So whether she passed spirit side of life at that time, or there's something to do around that time, okay? But I know my sleep pattern is out the window. It's been all to pot, but I've been worrying and stressing over quite a lot of things. She tells me she comes in with full force of energy here. And I am going to say to you, Michelle, at times you can feel that cool breeze go past you and you think, windows open. It's not. This lady comes in and around you quite frequently. Now, I know I've got a smoker spirit side of life as well. I'm not saying she smoked, but I know I've got a smoker because she comes in and she shows me the royal, you know, the royal family, the TV series. She comes in with that and it's full of fag ends. So I know I've got a smoker. Instead of them giving me the cough, she brings in the ashtray. Okay. So somebody here on the earth plane is either smoking way too many tabs and she's saying it's bad for you, stop smoking. But she tells me there's somebody spirit side of life as well that would have smoked as well. Okay. Oh, I'm just waiting for a bit more confirmation there off you, Michelle. Keep the yeses coming and keep liking and sharing it. Right. Now, Michelle, I don't know whether I'm letting any cats out the bag here, but she tells me there's either going to be news of a birth or a pregnancy coming to the earth plane. Okay. That's what she tells me. But she also tells me she was always in the kitchen messing on. She'd turn her hand to anything. Okay. That's what she tells me. She says the same about you, but she talks about where there would have been 2 broken relationships here on the earth plane. That's what she brings in, okay? The name of Simon. Simon, that's the name I have to bring forward. The name of Simon here on the earth plane as well, I have to mention. But she also talks about as well, she was a dog lover. She loved animals because she gives me the dog lead, okay? So I have got a dog or dogs spirit side of life here with this lady as well. She talks about as well whether you lost her teeth or she didn't get her teeth put back in when she went spirit side of life. There was a problem, whether they didn't fit back in her mouth or they got lost. Yeah. So that's fine, Shanice. If you can understand any of it, please take from it, like I said at the beginning, because this is the way spirit will work out. There's that many watching. they'll take a section, okay? So if you can take from it, that's absolutely fine. But she keeps talking about her teeth, whether her teeth went in the jar and they got lost or her teeth wouldn't go in, okay? That's what I have to say to you. But it doesn't really matter, she says. It doesn't really matter. Now, I believe I've got an Irish connection here because she keeps talking about Londonderry. Londonderry, Londonderry. That's what she keeps saying to me. So I believe I've got an island connection or an Irish connection here. That's what I have to say. But I know as well I've got Romany connections, Michelle. And I'm going back with this. I've got Romany connections. If that makes sense, give me 3 yeses. If it doesn't, I don't mind. I've probably moved over, but that's what I'm getting, so that's what I'm going to say, okay? If it makes sense, give me 3 yeses to the Romany connections because and the island connection as well. That's what I'm after, okay? That's what I'm after. I keep rubbing a lucky sixpence as well, so I know there's a bit of good luck where money's concerned here as well. I'm not saying you're going to win the lottery by any way, shape or form, but I know this lady tells me whether I've worried about my financial side. Remember I've said it, Michelle. Just remember I've said it. Whether I've been worried about financial side of things, she tells me the pressure will ease. Okay, that's what she says to me. The pressure will ease on that. So stop panicking and stop worrying over it. That's what I have to say. There's a few others saying yes to this, which is absolutely brilliant. But yeah, take this lady's love. The gypsophilia, brilliant, Debbie. The gypsophilia, Michelle, it holds a lot of memories for you. It holds a lot of memories. Now, where I said I thought it was the blow, the 1 o'clock, the 2 o'clock, the 3 o'clock. Brilliant, brilliant, Sarah. I believe I'm going back. I feel as though that there's memories, whether I believed it was magical or somebody told you it was magical when you were kids, but there is an emotional or a connection to this flower that means something to you, okay? And I know, must have been your nanny nap, Shelley. I know, Michelle, that you've been asking for some confirmation from Spirit Side of Life, and you've been asking a long time, whether that be one sentence or the connection to do with this gypsophilia, okay? Whether you placed it on somebody's grave, but I believe it's memories from childhood as well. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But she takes me back to about this high, okay? So I feel as though I'm going back with the memories of this gypsophilia, and it's been with you all your life. So whether it had a magical element or somebody told you, or there was angels or fairies connected to it, that's how I feel, okay? So again, if I'm not getting it right, it's my mistake, not theirs, it's mine, okay? But I am going to leave you with all of Spirit's love. And I want to say God bless you and thank you very much for listening. Now, just before I leave you, Michelle, and if anybody else can understand this, Julie Andrews. So I either need the name Julie or the name Andrews, or I want Julie Andrews. Hi, Melissa. Either way, I want one. I want one or the other or both. There's a memory there that holds on to that. So yeah, take on board what I've said. Take love from Spirit Side of Life, and thank you very, very much for that communication there. Right, folks, over to you again. I'm going to stick a link in, and one of you is going to get on the link and going to come live with me, hopefully. And I'm going to put it in down at the bottom. All right. Smiling my head off. There you go, Sarah. See. Right, hang on. Well, let's see if I can remember how to do this. Right, got that. Come off that. I'm going to put that in there. Right, folks, I'm going to post this link out now into the comments, which should be coming up now. And what you need to do is come off this live feed, go onto my page, see it in the comments, click on it on there, okay? And we'll see who gets on and whatever. But while we're waiting for that, keep liking and sharing it. If you want a number on my blind card, on my raffle, it's like I said, it's £50 your first prize, £30 your second, yeah? And your third prize, there's a load of gifts there, but there's quite a few numbers left. We need to get it filled, folks, or you're not going to get the money, or you won't get the prizes, will you? £2 to go. So yeah, so while we're waiting for people to get onto this connection here, and we'll see where we're drawn to, start punching numbers in, or ribbons, or cards. Now we're freezing over. We froze a little bit there. I see myself freeze in the middle. So the connection, how do you click live? If you look up Courtney, Shelley's put it on there. Leave the feed. Read what Shelley's put on there for you, Ronnie, and follow them instructions, or I call them anyway. That's what I call them. Right. There goes the numbers. I've got a few people jumping on down the bottom there, but a few more. And I'm waiting for somebody. I don't know who I'm waiting for, but just when I said I wasn't getting a cough, I'm getting it. Right. I know. Do I know? Right. Trying to wake myself here, folks. It's no good, is it? Right, I've got 2 people down there on the bottom. Is anybody else wanting to come on before we go any further? Right, so I know. Wait a bit. I'll just pick the cards out while you use the sorting yourselves out. 2 minutes. That one. Right. So we've got a few there. It's just I need to look at the pictures down the bottom so I can see who I'm looking for. Or whose faces jump out at me. Right. Who have we got? Right, let me click that. I'm not sure who I actually need here. Everybody's like frozen and sat looking and thinking, hang on, who's it gonna be? Right. Rebecca, I've pulled you up there, darling. You all right? Can you hear me, Rebecca?
Hello.
Oh, hello.
I can hear you.
Yeah, only
good,
joke.
thank you. Can
Hey?
you hear me now?
Yeah.
Can you
it's a
hear
bit
me
better.
now?
Yeah, that's a bit better.
Hello.
Right, Shanice can't find the link. It's there, honey, if you scroll up on the comments. Right, so Rebecca, I'm not quite sure who I've actually got with me here, but I do know I've got somebody spirit side of life that's wanting to connect, okay?
Yeah, I can
just
hear you
feel her
now.
energy building up there. I am aware, and I believe I've got a lady that's wanting to connect to you, okay?
Right.
So whether I want to on a nana or a motherly vibration, that's how I feel, okay?
Right.
Yeah. Would you understand a cancer condition, please?
Yeah, my mum.
Right. Because that's how I feel, okay? And I'm going on the feelings I'm getting at the minute and the energies I'm feeling. So you're not actually communicating, talking to me, I can just feel it, okay?
Yeah.
Now, mum's spirit side of life, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, mum would have passed. She's not that old. I don't feel old with your mum, okay?
Yeah.
And she would have passed really quickly once she was diagnosed. Does that make sense?
It was quite slow, but when she was bad, yeah.
Yeah. And again, like I said, it's just a feeling she's putting on me. She tells me she went right through the mill with this. She fought it every step of the way, but there was only so much she could take. And there was a time when she said enough was enough. That's
Yeah.
how I feel, okay?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does, yeah. 100%.
Yeah. I don't feel as though I've been spirit side of life for a long time, and my long time is like at least 20, 30 years. There's no way she's been over this side
Yeah.
that long, okay? And
Yeah.
I believe it's taken an awful lot of energy for her to come through to communicate. So whether this is the first time, I don't know, but that's how I feel with her, okay? But in personality wise, when she was here and well on the earth plane, she was a force to be reckoned with. She knew her own mind. If she had
Yeah.
anything to say, she would say it too, yeah? A little bit like yourself, she's saying, but she's saying you were a bit hot-tempered, she tells me, okay?
Yeah.
A little at times, and you've been like that, she tells me, over the last 8 weeks, where I can't even talk now. You tend to be
Yeah.
biting people's head off. Yeah, does
Yeah.
that make sense?
I've had my dog put to sleep today.
Don't tell
So
me.
I've had my
Don't
dog
tell
put
me.
to...
Just let me carry on.
Okay.
You can tell me afterwards. It just
Okay.
makes it harder for me to
Okay.
tell you. Because if you've told me, it's pointless, isn't it?
Yeah.
So would you understand the name of David? Now, I know David is a familiar name, but I have to mention the name David to you.
No.
In the living, by the way, not spirit side, in the living.
No.
Right, so to hold on to the name David for a second for me, okay?
Yeah.
If I'm wrong with that, I'll take it back, but at the minute it feels right what I'm saying. So where she's coming, right. She's telling me again where you've been a bit fiery and a bit stressed and all the rest of it. She comes in and she wants to bring that love, she wants to bring that peace, and she wants to bring that calmness in and around you. So whether you've been shouting out for your mum or you've been asking for her to come and talk to you,
Yeah.
or you've been talking out loud to her, this is her response to you. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, she's saying I'm here.
Mm.
Yeah, she's saying I'm here. My nose is itching like I don't know what. And I wish you hadn't told me you'd had your dog put to sleep today. But I will say to you, your dog is this side of life with your mum, okay? Mum's looking after your dog. That's what I will say. But that's all I'm going to say on that part because you told me.
Yeah.
Would September month mean anything to you as well, please? She talks about September month. She brings September month in. So I want anniversaries or birthdays around that time, the September month.
No. I'm trying to think. I can't take that right now.
Right. Just hang on to it then, my lovely. I'm trying to ask her why she's giving me that September month now. I know I've got loads and loads of white cards here, loads and loads of invitations or cards. Okay, so whether I want an anniversary coming up, a birthday coming up, that's what she's putting in front of me. Now I know we don't send cards anymore. We send it all via the text messages and all the rest of it. Okay,
Yeah.
but she talks about, shows me where there's cards. All right, she talks about them. She shows me them. But she says to me, again, would you understand where there would be diabetic or diabetes conditions as well?
No.
Is your partner there with you?
Yeah. But
Would
he's
you
giving.
understand where the diabetic is?
Just say hello.
If he doesn't want to come live, that's fine. We're froze.
Shy.
But I know. Eh?
He's all shy, but he will say hello. Come and say hello.
I know what I'm saying is correct, what I'm saying, and I know your partner's there, okay? So whether I've got a connection coming in and I'm trying to feed that through to him as well, but let him take on board what I'm saying as well, even where the name David and that September month comes in. Now, his granddad is Spirit Side of Life, would that be correct? His granddad.
Your granddad,
Granddad.
David. No. You can't think of any Davids, but his granddad's Spirit Side of Life.
I know his granddad's there. Yeah, and I know this feed's breaking up. I know his granddad's there, okay? But I know
Yeah.
it's been quite a stressful time for the both of yous, all right? And this is why Mum comes in and she's saying she has been there in and around yous, and she's trying to bring that comfort, okay? She's trying to answer your call because you were asking out after her, and she's there, okay? That's what she's trying to say to me to get through to you. She's saying to you, stop giving up. It's as if to say you keep chucking the towel in. Does that make sense?
Did you just say Cynthia? What did you say?
Stop giving up. Don't give up.
Stop giving up. Right.
Does that make
Yeah,
sense?
I get that.
Don't give up. Keep going, okay? Because,
Yeah.
again, I said this earlier. She's saying to me, things will turn out for the better, so stop giving up. Stop throwing the towel in. Don't give up hope just yet, okay? Keep
That's how I
going.
feel.
I am
Yeah.
going to say as well, that's a card I chose, and the number I chose was number 15, okay?
Right.
Yeah, so I know there's been health issues or problems here on the earth plane as well. So this will tie in with what, you know, people on the reel as well. But I know there's health issues and lots of complaints there and lots of doctors' appointments. I know that as well, okay? Because I can see it there on the card. Now, I know my volume's going funny, and if it breaks off, I apologise in advance. But Mum comes in and she's saying, I'm always there with you. I'm never far behind you. Now, would you understand, because she keeps giving me it, whether I've got your mum's ashes in a piece of jewellery, or I'm talking about a piece of jewellery, or something in connection with her name on, or in memory of.
Yeah, I've got something in memory of.
She just keeps bringing it forward, and she's saying, tell her. Now, she keeps putting feathers in front of me as well. Yeah?
Yeah.
She's bringing the feathers in. So she talks about the feathers, because I keep wanting to put the feather in a necklace or something to do with the feather, okay? So whether you find them all over the place, but she tells me they're from her, all right? So she's saying, never ever doubt it. And can you stop crying? Because she's putting the emotion on me there. I can feel as though I need to cry here. And she's saying, they're all right this side of life. They're all right this side of life. Where your partner's concerned, he does know David, whether it's in connection where work is, because there's going to be big changes where his work is, okay? And he can be quite stubborn as well, and he has to stop being a stubborn. He's putting his fingers in his ears and he's not listening to good advice that's being given to him, okay? That's what I need to say to your partner. August month also comes in, so remember I've mentioned that August month as well. You played your mum's favourite song at her funeral as well.
Yeah, we played.
It was a favourite song. I can't quite get what the song is, but there's a favourite song.
Can you hear me?
Does it make sense?
There is a favourite song, yeah. It's quite a common favourite song.
Sorry, in the comments as well. We've gone to an echo. Can you still hear what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you just froze over there.
Can hear you now.
But you did play your mum's favourite song, and I have to mention that, but she doesn't tell me what it is. I just have to say to you, thank you for everything that you did for her. As hard as it was, she tells me you did an amazing job. Okay, an amazing job. You've still got items of your mum's clothing as well, or an item of her clothing, what you keep.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. She knows you've got it, okay? And she sits there with you, and you can take that out for comfort when you feel the need for her. Okay?
Yeah.
We are coming to an end there, Shanice. Rebecca, I'm looking at Shanice and calling you Shanice. I do apologise. Take your mum's love from Spirit Side of Life.
Yeah.
Where your partner's concerned, tell him to take the job opportunity that's coming really, really soon.
Right.
Because it'll be
Okay.
the best thing he won't look back. He won't look back, I'm being told to say. Okay? He
That'll
won't
be
look
good.
back. Would you understand the connection? Would you understand the connection to Manchester?
Not really. But we used to go there a lot, but not when he's from Cheshire.
You used to go there a lot. Well, that's
Yeah.
She just brings Manchester in. So whether I'm going to commute back or I'm going to travel there,
yeah,
she brings her in.
Mum? Yeah, I get it with my mum. Yeah.
Yeah. She just brings her in. Okay. So I'm going to leave you with your mum's love.
Okay.
And I want to say, God bless you, and thank you very much for coming up on the feed, even though you froze again. Weirdo, what?
Signal in this house.
Hey?
Thank you. It's the signal in the house.
Are you there?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you very much, Shanice. So I'm doing it again.
Sorry
See you later,
about
Rebecca.
Bye.
Bye. Right, folks, that was your last one. See you later, Gail. Thank you for joining us, honey. That was your last one for this evening. Hopefully we'll all be back on Monday. Hope you've enjoyed your free live mini readings. Like I said, please keep liking and sharing. If you'd like to go over onto my page, Cherokee Spirit, and leave me a bit of feedback, it would be absolutely brilliant. And like I said, we've got some numbers left on that raffle draw. Get yourselves on that, and 50 quid could be in your bank this time tomorrow. You never know, do you? So thanks again, and night, and have a lovely weekend. See you all later. Bye for now.